Yeah, I'm definitely never coming to him ever again. Well, I'll never go to him. But yeah, man. The system is fucked up, so I'm definitely I'm homeschooling my boy. I'm not sure how long, but like I said, in the school system at that point is, I don't think it's going to be regular schools no more.
So you plan to homeschool your child up until what point?
Shit. I mean, he's going to get all of the information up front, so he's going to have a job and everything he's going to be able to create with his own hands, everything he can ever imagine. He's going to get all the information now and to however age. So it's going to be up to him. If he wants to go to college, he can. Tonight, y'all, we're going to freestyle a little bit. We're going to start it off with the first topic being, homeschooling versus traditional. I know it's kind of broad, but, I kind of want to focus on, whatever you guys pull from it. And then we'll, ask questions and go from there. But I want to get you guys' opinion on, on the topic. What do you guys think?
Well, me, I want to hear what you guys got to say more on this topic here. I kind of want to play the devil's advocate on this one here.
Just the advocate. Just
the advocate, right? Just the advocate. But I want to see what you guys got to say on this topic, and throw in some questions that the audience might have, that I might have, or somebody that a different perspective might have.
Straight up. You want to go first, Tom? I don't want to answer, and I hate talking.
I'm not even really thinking this through, but like, I feel like we touched this a little bit when I was referring to the Jewish people and like how they have their own schools and stuff like that. I want to ask y'all before I even make my point. Y'all were taught what slopes are in math, right?
Yep.
Right.
Has there been any time in your life, your whole life, since you were taught it, that you had to apply it to your real life?
Yeah.
Not me, no. I'll be honest with you.
I was shocked at the
Construction,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense. Construction. Because, like, little shit, man, I'm thinking, like, what the fuck did they teach us in school? Like, if you pay attention to certain things, you learn, like, reading comprehension, which is important.
Uh-huh.
When you was in English class and you was reading shit, motherfuckers taking turns to read paragraphs, and the teacher would stop the class and ask them questions and break it down. Shit like that was important.
Mm-hmm.
The whole structure and the idea of that was important. But them telling us that Christopher Columbus came to fucking America, teaching us bullshit history and a bunch of bullshit math that we're not even going to really apply to life. Like, I just feel like there's more perks to homeschooling. General education teaches us to just fucking, like, get good jobs, be good consumers. Not be your own CEO, not be your own boss. Get good job security, take care of your family, buy a house, live your whole life to pay a fucking loan, be a slave for someone else. I mean, under your terms or under your pay or whatever you decide to work for or do or whatever. I just feel like there's like a whole different life you could create via homeschooling versus just general education. Keeps you in a trap, so to say. That's my opinion on it.
I like that you brought that up. When you said, damn, I forgot what you said.
With the slope?
It's late, y'all. It's late.
No, not the slope. Not the slope. I know most of the shit that you do learn in school, you're not really using outside of school. But I think the purpose of the schooling is to build you to be a normal person in this society, in this world. To
like, were you talking about? You said consumer, or were you talking about Christopher Columbus? What he was talking about, or
no.
Gotcha.
I'm not on the side of I'm not. If I could homeschool my kid would be homeschooled. So he definitely wouldn't be in the schools learning their system there. But my thing is a lot of parents, while they may want to homeschool their kids, A lot of them don't have the time to homeschool their kids. A lot of them don't have, even like, if the kids weren't in school, and some of the shit that you do learn in school you don't use, but some of it in school you do use.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And some of that information, like, parents are not always, parents are not always there, especially after a
That's
full
true.
hour, a full 8-hour shift, full 12-hour shift. They're not always just there. They might be there in the house, but they're not there mentally.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff going on. So while homeschooling kids sounds like a great idea, a lot of people are just simply not in the position to do so.
Nah, straight up. And I feel, both of you guys, it kind of touches on what we were speaking about the last episode about, working to buy your time, people not getting caught up in the 9 to 5 so much where they're not creating something that can get them out of that system. What you touched on, Tone, as well, it is a system that produces consumers and workers. It's not set up to create anybody to think for their own. Although, like you were saying, Tony, there are some benefits to it. You do learn some things like structure, and there are some subjects that you will apply more. Definitely like English, writing. You're gonna always be writing, whether it's a resume or, whether it's a business plan. Uh, you know, uh, handing homework in on time. You do have milestones, whether you're at a job or you do have a business of your own. You have milestones that you want to hit, and you have to hit in order to hit the goal. But overall, man, my thoughts on it is a combination of both. A little more extreme when it comes to the system. I don't believe it's set up for our people. For one, you know, as a person that is smart, I didn't learn anything or get exposed to any information that made me proud of the history that was being taught, or made me proud of where I came from. The history books, when it comes to us, starts at slavery, and from there on, it really doesn't give too much good light on us, besides the Renaissance era and things of like that, little certain events, but everything in between is filled up with white history that makes these students feel proud. You feel me? Like it boosts them up. It gives them something to be like, he did that, he looks like me. He comes from the same family I come from. My ambitions are going to be that and even more. Um, and in the same and in the same voice as well, like I said, there are some things that you will use in traditional school that allows you to, if you do in if you do look forward to getting a 9 to 5 or career, being a government person or a company person, it's definitely set up to help you go in that trajectory, and nothing's wrong with it, like we said last time. But I'm definitely going to be able to have the opportunity and make sure I have the opportunity to give my child everything he needs. First off, when it comes to history, self-awareness, where he comes from, and just all of the other subjects as well, and to be able to accelerate and not, like I said before, when I was being a substitute teacher, the teachers, they're not even teaching what they need to be teaching. They're
Substitute or regular, they ain't teaching shit. What's fucked up altogether
not
is
at
the
all.
curriculum.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Curriculum is
saying.
fucked up.
The system, like, it's the teachers. There was a math teacher. She was teaching English to a couple Mexican kids, and the rest of the kids were just off doing whatever they wanted to. A couple was doing work, and I went to each class, and it was the same thing. So
It's
I feel like
universal teachers.
Yeah, it's the system is not set up, and definitely now it's gotten so bad. And with these older teachers that's in the classroom, they do not care. You should hear the gossip before work is almost like you would think they were, I don't know, they worked at a club or something. They talk so bad about kids. They come there just to collect the check. They not even worried about teaching kids. It's like,
and they don't pay teachers that good neither.
It's not, but when you get
reason.
into that, yeah, but that can't be a reason, because you get into that to give back.
Yo, that's not even
when you're a
reason.
teacher.
If the curriculum was correct, who gives a fuck how good or bad the teacher is? The real issue is the curriculum.
I mean, you do have to worry about the teacher, because they're the ones who have to execute that curriculum. If you just give somebody,
you have a teacher who really gives a shit and finds fun and creative ways to teach a bullshit curriculum. The biggest issue is the curriculum. You notice they teach us about Martin Luther King, a peaceful black man who's talking about unity with all people, and then they just fucking kill his ass. They're not teaching about Malcolm X, who's like, man, fuck what niggas is talking about. I'm on some bad time with everyone. They're not teaching us about Mansa Musa. Like, they're not teaching us, like, they teaching black people that you're not shit and your ancestors aren't shit.
Nah, straight up.
Have fun with your hip hop. And I
gotta challenge you on that, because I was never taught that throughout my entire life. I never heard that from no school that I went to, and I came from Detroit. I was born in Detroit, so I mean, I am in an all black environment. I didn't see my first white person until I was fucking in high school, and she was out of area. She was in the all black school, and she was a white girl, but she was out of yeah. But
with that being said,
I never heard
hear, though? That was opposite.
I never heard, hey, you black people aren't shit, because I was being taught by black people. Of course they're not gonna
say that. Of course they're not gonna say that. Maybe the way I'm saying
subliminal.
It is too raw, but
he's saying subliminal.
Like the only thing they decided, because we're talking about establishing the curriculum here, the only thing they fucking decided to teach you about your ancestors is that they weren't shit and they were slaves to the whites. And you had one guy named Martin Luther King who the whites kind of gave him a little privileges. When you hear stories from two sides, like some people consider.
I never heard that part there where you said they weren't shit.
I mean, like they said we were 3/5. No, I would say that's accurate. They said we were 3/5 of a human.
There's black.
I was never taught that. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, there are black kings and queens that actually existed. You were never taught about them in school, and neither was anyone else in this general European education curriculum that's been established.
Because they didn't exist in the United States. We're being taught what's here in the United States, not what's across countries or.
No, it was here. That information.
There were black kings and queens here in America.
Columbus from?
I thought you was talking about the information, but yeah, there was kings and queens here as well. And I just saw some information that said that possibly.
I don't tell you. All they do is mention Malcolm X.
I thought we were brought here. What happened to that whole thing? If we were brought here, how are kings and queens here that are black?
That's what I'm saying. They just came out with some information. I got
African history is based in what's happened in Africa.
But I was saying, they just said some information.
They changed it to black history. Spazzing, boy. They changed it to black history.
But nah, like I was saying,
away African history and made it to black history. You blacks are slaves. No, I'm just telling y'all. Y'all had to go outside of school and learn more about Malcolm X. Had to learn about Mansa Musa. Like you didn't learn none of that in school.
What I'm saying is, as far as the kings and queens that was here, some information just came out. I got to look into it a lot more. But they were saying that the Native Americans wiped out the black people that were here, the history and everything, just like the white people tried to do over in Egypt. But I got to look more into it. But
I got questions.
But I
got questions. That's not general education. That's not.
I got questions because
shit about no Indians. Just that Christopher Columbus came and just took over.
I got questions because I want to know who the fuck was alive back then to understand what the fuck was happening. Who the fuck is still alive to give this story of what or account of what happened back then? this is where I don't like history and Black history or any of that shit for real. And this is why I don't go into history, is because nobody's alive from
but it's all in
thousands of
stone.
years ago. And when they refer to thousands of years ago and their ancestors, like I can't go into
it's all in stone, bro. It's all in
it's
stone.
all in stone.
It's not, no, literally. It's literally in stone. There's scribes. There's like a page that you write in your book. There's pages like that in stone.
Written by who?
People who were here before us.
See, that's my thing, though, and that's my thing. It might have been written by people who were here before us, but is it their perspective? Are they somebody that we could look to as accountable? Like, are they somebody that we could look at? Like,
I would say yes, because throughout
we don't know.
Yes, they do know, and it's like I said, throughout the world, there has been these writings in stone that they've been collecting and they've been analyzing.
Hieroglyphics.
And not just that, but literally in stone. Like I said, pieces, it look like paper, but like a stone, and it's etched. Yeah,
I know what you mean.
So they've collected this from all throughout the world, bro, and they're all lining up with the same stories of the same people from all places around the world, bro. Here,
so where are these stones? Because I have
yet
to see them.
You gotta look them up, man. You gotta look it up. What was the one place? I'll reference it to you. But yeah, they've been analyzing it, and it's information that is out there, and no one has been able to refute it. Nobody who's looked at the information has been able to refute the information, because, like I said, they've been finding these tablets and information everywhere. In Mexico with the Aztecs, over in Africa, I do believe it was in Germany, just throughout the whole world.
What type of information? Because
telling stories about the original people, and they're saying they were God figures. They were super big and super smart, and they passed down information. But all throughout the world, the stories are lining up. Unlike the Bible, where it's different characters and shit, they're all lining up with the same information, bro. So it's definitely out there, like I said, and that's the stones and stuff is something that you can actually, you can test it in order to tell how far back it came from. So, and they've been doing all the research on it, bro, and can't nobody refute it yet. But it's out there for sure.
So now we're speaking about these stones. Have any of us read these stones? Like, have any of us seen these stones, read these stones ourselves?
I'm reading some of them. It's a book right now, The African Civilization of the Now. Don't quote me on it. I'll put it. I gotta remember to put it in here. But it has some in there as well that were decrypted and translated from some of the best brains, like Dr. Clark and some other extraordinary minds, geniuses who translated it and describes over. So it's out there, but it's just like how we were saying before. If you don't go out there searching for it, you ain't never gonna find it.
That's fair. Yo, my thing now is I feel like we're relying too much on people for history when I don't know how to word that. Like you said, the stone had to be transcribed, or it had to be like, now we're relying on somebody else's brain to break down exactly what this stone says in the way that it was meant, and we gotta trust that this nigga is gonna tell us the truth.
No, I could definitely understand. I could definitely understand that, but like I said, for someone who's been studying it and people that study it, study different languages, you might not know exactly what that character is when you first look at it. But if you continue to see a pattern, and you know what one thing is, it's like putting the shit together, and that's what they do when they look at these old things. And right now they're trying to use AI to be able to tell some of the stories that's over in Egypt and these tablets as well. But if you study anything, you might not know it at first 100%, but you dive into that shit enough, languages really don't differ that much. They're pretty much the same. There might be a couple accents off and shit like that, but language doesn't change that. Yeah.
No, it ain't no regular shit.
Hold on, you breaking up.
Regular niggas looking at that shit like that's what they saying. Word?
Yeah, you breaking up.
No. I think you good.
No, I think.
Go ahead.
I was saying, it's not like just regular niggas reading that shit. I mean, that's what Tony was really thinking. He was thinking like it was just someone regular putting their hypothesis to what they thought it meant.
Right.
But
these are people that have been doing this shit all their life. These are people that and like I said, they give it to scientists who also know, and then they do all the science. Like I said, there has been no one to be able to refute the information.
Now my question is, if we have all this information before viewing these stones, where the fuck do we get all this information from, and how do we validate this information? How do we say this information is true? Again, we had nothing to base it off of against but other people's words. You get what I'm saying? So we're trusting other people because that's the type of world this is, I guess. But how do we know that these things are true?
It's you just gotta
you gotta look up your resources. You gotta do your own homework.
Yeah,
and your own understanding. You obviously gotta do your own homework. But with information travels so fast now, shit can easily get thrown your way. You know what I'm saying? So,
but false information could too.
Yeah,
that is true. But then again, you can say that about anything.
Well, anything, right,
but without looking into it, if you just throwing that out there, we can say that about anything in the world. But until you actually, just not even, you don't even have to deep dive into it. Just look at it, do a little bit of research, and see if shit matches up. Like I said, it's not just one person. It's not a couple people. It's the science world. Like, science stuff is not getting talked about on the news, in social media. Ain't nobody looking for no science shit unless you are somebody that's interested in science.
Nah, I know how to explain it to Tony so he understands what you were saying. So like, I
just like to ask questions.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I know. He's speaking for himself and on behalf of the audience. He's like, hold on, what you saying? That don't make sense. Just make sure y'all like and subscribe. Comment right here.
Right.
Do it right there. Over here. And so keep talking
real quick.
but yeah, that's what I'm about to get back into reading and like I used to, man. But it's like I said, the best way to do it is to just compare it to the other information that's out there. That's the easiest way. And if you start seeing a pattern, patterns aren't just by mistake. Patterns exist for a reason. So, once you see a pattern, I mean, you can refute it all you want to, but if evidence is showing that there is validity and consistency with what's being produced, like you said, if you get the information, it's up to you.
Let me ask you a question, Thomas.
Yeah.
So, you feel like you on the right course of your life, right? You feel like you going the route that you want to go, right? Okay, so what could this information do for you?
First, the information can just give me an idea of, first where we came from. And like I've been doing with my ancestry, information.
I feel like I ask this all the time. Go ahead.
But information, allows you to see into the past, not just if it's, directly related to you, but we all know history repeats itself. So if you're able to see what happened in the past, then you'll be able to, have an idea what's going to happen in the future. It might not be exactly, but we've all been seeing. History has a pattern.
Get some examples. I had this conversation a lot, and I kind of be like on both sides sometimes.
We can say wars. We can say.
Be more specific for me so that I could kind of visualize it.
I'm gonna let you
give an example of history repeating itself, or a few examples.
Like I said, wars continue to happen every so often when a country starts to lose resources or starts to lose pull on a country and they don't have their whole weight, then there'll be a war waged against someone else. Our history here in the U.S. repeats itself to this day.
History?
Yeah, we still are encountering and still dealing with slavery, even though it's transformed. The same policies, the same redlining, all of that is still occurring. What's the name is still occurring as a pure example. What's it called? When they come in and they move all of us out. Come on, y'all know the word.
Like gentrification?
Gentrification is a pure example of history repeating itself. Weather.
Weather is the best example, and that's the example that somebody else used with me too. But all the other shit, I feel like is like you said wars. I feel like wars is like you're in high school. You know, fights break out. You know, shit.
Nah, I don't think wars is just happen out of nowhere.
It's not just that way, but it's strategic. You know, there's
it's
inevitable.
It's strategic. Everything is planned. It's a pattern to it, and even
us being a country, you know, of course there's going to be because there are other countries. Of course, there's going to be wars. You get what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't say it has to be wars.
No, they don't have to be wars. Everybody here could be on some peace shit. You know, let's go meditate. You know, exactly. But no, that's just not the world we live in. You got people that's power hungry, people that's money hungry, people that want more than everybody else,
and we see like that as well reflecting our economy, where you know the stock market will plummet, people will buy the real estate with the bubbles that occur every so often. More specifically, the stocks, like I said, that's a pattern that over time history shows. And if you get into it, then you'll be able to capitalize.
I feel like that's lifing, but I guess it's fair to say that's history too at the same time.
Yeah, because it has a pattern. Yeah, it has a pattern to it.
Repeating itself. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Evolution in humans. It's been shown, whether you believe in the Bible or not, or you know whatever Bible. There's been history that shows that things will get so bad there'll be a restart, and then there's you know a surplus of information, jobs, and things of that sort. I think you know even more specifically to something that you like, that you believe in, is you know coming back to this place and you know reliving it. If you don't, I'm not sure exactly what you had said, but if you don't you know figure things out, or you know that's a pattern that you know that in your belief continues, and you know what somebody can look back and be like, you know, well, if I Tony did say this and I'm back in this motherfucker, so you know in your own belief that is a pattern that from the history continues on to today. But I feel like knowing information, it not only allows you to see into the future, but it allows you to connect to something that people have been trying to disconnect you and keep you from, and it's more information.
It's always good to have information.
It's more information. You can't go wrong with information. You cannot go wrong at all. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. If you don't agree with anybody's opinion, make sure you put it right down there. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, sir. I'm putting that in anytime, every time. Yes, sir.
So where are we going with this conversation, yo?
Did you say you did say you wanted, so yeah. So I'm not sure how long, but like I said, when my son starts going to school, I guarantee the whole school system is going to be completely changed. And
are you changing the school system, or you gonna homeschool them?
No, I'm saying the school system is going to change, where I feel like a lot of people are going to start homeschooling because because they're seeing that kids are not getting nothing. They're not even learning how to read no more. So once that's out the book, it's like
not on schools. That's
yes,
parents too.
yeah,
That's parents too.
It is. It's first on parents. But at the same time, we're talking about the school system, where if a kid doesn't know how to read, there's supposed to be certain classes, to structure around them. That way they can get up to that level eventually. Nowadays, it's everywhere. They're all mixed in. They're not going to the classes they supposed to. They're going to a class where they get to do anything and say anything. They're not getting expelled. They're not getting no consequences for anything. They go to the expulsion hearing. I mean, you step into a school. Step
Schools
into a school for a day.
Parents to go to school.
You can.
You said what?
You got to volunteer. You got to be a part of the school, man. It's not that hard. But that's why I said to these one parents who were saying, oh, because the kids were getting frisked and shit and getting checked and stuff. And I told them it's been going on. Just because the government just said they're gonna start doing it, it's been going on. And if your kid not a bad kid and doing what they supposed to do, you shouldn't have no worry about it. Yes, I understand it's a pipeline to prison. We all know that system is a pipeline to prison. And they've been saying that the majority of the kids that go to juvenile, they're not coming from outside. They're not getting picked up at their house. They're not getting picked up outside of their house. They're getting picked up directly from school. The majority of the kids that's going to juvenile and going to juvenile and getting put into the system that early is directly from school. So it's definitely on the parents, but teachers, you get into this job, they know what they're sacrificing. You're sacrificing that income. You're not going to get rich. That's a sacrifice. You're putting your all. You're not supposed to.
I feel for teachers in this situation, though, because we all go to work for a paycheck. We all go to work to be able to pay our bills. Now, taking care of 16, 18 children, daily in and out, that shit is stressful. Give me some more money so that,
but
not being paid.
They really don't pay the teachers shit, yo.
But that's on them, though. That's on them.
They chose the job.
You do all not just before the job. You have to do schooling. You have to do
that shit too.
You have to do the schooling in order to be a teacher.
Then so you pay that loan and not make no money.
So you already know this coming into it. You already know it before you even choose this major that you're not gonna get paid. It's a sacrifice for the better of the world. That's what teachers are. That's what they're supposed to be doing. If you in it, you're supposed to be in it just to give back to the world. That's your job.
How fucked up our curriculum is actually.
But the thing is, all you got to do is go back to school. You're going to get majority, if not all of it, paid off by the school system. You have to go and get more degrees. If you don't want to be a regular school teacher no more, go teach at a college.
Go get more loans.
Nah, like I said, that too, but you're gonna get money.
Let's not saying it that way. You're gonna pay it off, but you're gonna have to
Yeah, it's an investment. It's all an investment, man. If you got an intention of you got to get this loan, but your end goal is to become a fucking doctor where that's gonna get wiped out in no time, that's loan isn't nothing.
It's a lot of doctors that are in debt from student loans that are still making great money, but their lifestyle, their lifestyle and their debt, they struggle. There are doctors that struggle because of their lifestyle.
Again, that's on them. That's a personal.
I'm just saying that
choice.
Just because you make that money or just because you reach that goal of becoming a doctor doesn't put you in a position where you could just wipe that shit out entirely quickly.
I ain't saying you gotta wipe it out entirely quickly.
Doctors out here eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for dinner.
I mean, shit, you should. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you have the opportunity to pay that shit back faster than anybody else does. It's all about personal. What's your personal responsibility? What are you doing to make sure that you can pay that shit off? Now, if you just out there, you just graduated and you buying drugs and all that shit.
Big house.
Yeah, it gotta make sense. So that's on them.
They always get a nice house.
But if you get the opportunity and you take that loan out as an investment to your future, and then you fuck it off, that's some lesson that you got to deal with.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. A lot of people don't even make it that far. A lot of people do go and get that loan and then go to college and then not even make it to where they tried to make it to or wanted to make it to, or had the intention to make it to when they got into the, into college. A lot of them just quit. I was one of those people. I quit. Fuck it.
Nah, straight up. But I feel like them doctors, they stick it in. I knew a dude. I ain't gonna say his name, but this dude was doing all type of drugs. We found out, we were like, you about to be a doctor for real? I mean, a serious doctor. I'm like,
too, yeah.
Nigga, I'll make sure I'll never go to you if I see your face, bro.
Right? How the fuck you become a doctor?
and the thing is,
you see that nigga, you done. You
and the thing is, he knew his shit. I seen this dude. I thought he was just talking game. He was talking to these girls. I thought he was talking nothing but game. I'm like, bro, this nigga really becoming a doctor, bro. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely never coming to him ever again. Well, I'll never go to him. But yeah, man. The system is fucked up, so I'm definitely I'm homeschooling my boy. I'm not sure how long, but like I said, in the school system at that point is, I don't think it's going to be regular school somewhere.
So you plan to homeschool your child up until what point?
Shit, I mean, he's going to get all of the information up front, so he's going to have a job and everything he's going to be able to create with his own hands, everything he can ever imagine. He's going to get all the information now and to however age. So it's going to be up to him. If he wants to go to college, he can, but it's not going to be no point.
All the way through 12th grade?
Hardly, man. But I don't see him. He's going to be excel. So 12th grade ain't going to mean shit. That's just going to be, that ain't going to mean nothing.
Yeah, that's the end.
Yeah, for regular people. My kid ain't about to be regular, so that ain't going to be nothing. It's like I said, he going to be excelled, and if he want to go to college early or he just want to go see it or whatever, it's up to him. But I'm going to pump him with all the information that he needs and let him rule the world however he wants to, man.
Teach him how to get money so we ain't got to get loans.
That's gonna be all great. He not just teach him, but he gonna already have it already ready for him.
It's like still gotta teach him though, yeah.
yeah, and he gonna learn firsthand. Any lemonade stand, I'm investing in it. And fuck a lemonade stand, we getting the truck, we getting all the licenses.
He gonna go down
to the license. He gonna help me fill out the business plan. He gonna do everything, and he gonna keep all the money, and that's gonna go with anything, any idea that he got, and that's how it's gonna be. But man, the whole traditional shit, that shit getting all thrown out the window. We switching everything up, man. We building our own system. And that's what it is, man. It's about building your own shit. That way you don't have to rely on nobody to do anything or teach you anything. So that's
the benefit of teaching from home, definitely, because like I said, that school shit just teach you the trap or put you in a trap. I mean, can you emerge from that? Yeah, it's possible. If you expose that information or decide to make that decision. But yeah, definitely the pros and cons of homeschooling is you could better prepare your child for the world, and better get them like a head start to success because they got the knowledge and they know what it takes at a young age. Instead of learning it as an adult when you got caught up with bills and all other type of bullshit, what makes it harder for you to kind of even get there. So yeah, man. So fuck that general education shit. Just homeschool your child, let them get their GED, and then after that, you just go about your business, man.
Fuck a GED. You ain't gotta take a GED.
You don't even need that
just
shit
if you're homeschooling.
There's people that don't got no fucking nothing. They just straight dropped out, and they ask, do you have your high school diploma? Yes, they barely do background checks, and they fucking in the jobs already. No high school diploma, no GED, just already employed.
Nah, I don't think they have as much as weight. They don't weigh as much as they did before. Mm-hmm. I don't think.
No, they don't. They even just said a large number of employers said they only look at your resume for a couple of seconds. They don't even look at your shit like that. Yeah. And it's mainly the objective, like what you trying to get out of the job, and then that's it. They ain't looking at nothing else. They're not even calling your jobs no more. I remember they used to call you references, and they used to call the jobs too.
What?
Hey, they gonna call you.
That shit over.
Nah, for real.
They about to call you.
Yep, for real.
Make sure you tell them I never called out, and I always
I'm always on time.
Nah, it's straight up.
Hey, going back to what Tone was just saying though, I just feel like not everybody is. I think I said that already, but not everybody is in a position where they could just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna pull my kid out of school. I'm just gonna homeschool my kid." I can't think of too many people that even if they wanted to homeschool their kid, they would be able to just pull them out and not have any trouble through that homeschooling process. It's like kids' attention span. Like if your work, like it's just so much that goes into it. It's like the parent could be working from home, could have to go to the office, or it's like it's just so much into it. It's not as easy as just saying, okay, fuck the public school system. I'm gonna pull my kid out, and then I'm gonna teach my kid. It's like
straight up. It's definitely gonna be challenging. Hell no.
No, it's definitely a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, building your own system shit is gonna be challenging. You gotta build the curriculum, you gotta build the lesson plans each day. You gotta change the lesson plans according to how, on track your child is to what you trying to teach. And then you gotta go and get you gotta do the research and make sure you up to date on what you're teaching.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like it's definitely it's a job, man. It's definitely gonna be hard. But hard things I love because you learn. So that's what you learn, man. And to be able to do that, man, it changes the whole course of the future for our family. You feel me? Once I do it for him, he's gonna want to do it for his children, and then his children are gonna do it, and thereon. It's like, man, to build your own system. People, don't get caught up in the 9 to 5s. Don't get caught up in the traditional way of thinking about anything in this world. Be a free thinker for yourself, even if it's against what people believe. Think for yourself. Create your own systems. As long as it's out of good and positive love, you can't go wrong, man. You cannot go wrong. For real. You're gonna learn with your kids. Struggle with them. They're gonna appreciate you more. Shit. For real. Struggle with their ass. Let them see what the shit is like. For real.
I couldn't agree with that shit more. For real.
For real.
They gonna remember that shit.
Yeah, they gonna appreciate it. They gonna be like, shit.
How you build character.
Yep. Nah, for real. Exactly. And it's the purest form of honesty. You're not hiding nothing from them. They get to see all of it. They get to see the flaws. They get to see all of it. And then, when you're open like that, the majority of people that are open like that, more specifically me, I'm not ashamed of anything that I have to work on.
Right.
Because I know where I'm going. So I'm not ashamed to allow my son to see any of my slips. I'm gonna tell him about all of my slips. Every single thing, the worst of the worst to the best of the best. I'm gonna let him know everything. That way he can appreciate the journey where his father, came from. Like I said,
from your mistakes too.
Exactly. I said in the song, "Boy, I had to walk so you can drive the car." Like, for real. Like, I want to take on all that hard work to make it easier for them, man.
That's a fact. That's what every man that is a father should want for their child. Children, all of them, for real.
Straight up. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Because when we gone, the only thing that's going to be put in place is the systems that we put.
Right.
Yeah.
That we built. Right.
Yep. Systems and the memories, but more importantly, because memories do slip every now and then, but them systems that we input into these kids, that shit becomes subconscious. The things that they just start doing, they don't even know why they doing it. Then they start reflecting like,
my daddy taught me.
Yeah, my dad used to say something just like this.
I watched him.
Straight up. So, man, it's a blessing. So Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be easy for nobody. Especially if you're not a teacher, because a lot of people that do homeschool are teachers that retired. So it's definitely
gonna be a teacher. It's gonna be a struggle for real because you ain't
straight
got
up.
you
don't got the
years behind
systems.
you.
Whether you gonna do it freehand and go get some books, or you gonna sign them up for a program where y'all do it together and it's more hands on, and then like half and half or whatever percentage. And it's gonna be a challenge for sure. But it's gonna be a challenge when you go up against the system, against the status quo about anything. It's always gonna be an uphill challenge because you're gonna hear everything from everybody. For real.
Your shirt say Playboy?
Ooh.
You.
Flavors. Let me tell you. Flavors. Some of the best food, baby. And that's just one of the brands, you dig what I'm saying? That's more of the, fast food, casual food that y'all can get. We focus mainly on breakfast, but I ain't gonna get into that. We talking about guys and conversation.
Like, subscribe.
But shout out to our sponsors, Flavors and Perfect Time and Realty. Salute.
You dig? But yes, sir, man.
Where we at, y'all?
We probably got like about 10. Yep. 10, 15 minutes. Let's take it away with something else, man. Let's hit them with something and then, go ahead, wrap it up to that episode.
Yo, man, so I saw something, I want to say a very credible source. I actually got to see the video myself. Just wanted to talk about this real quick, but we got to watch our tone here. Heads up.
Indeed.
So we was talking about that we was talking about fucking
the guy about the shot, about
the jab,
shot.
The jab.
Yeah, the jab.
Jab. So someone who was really backing the jab and putting rules and regulations behind it and making it mandatory, putting out apologies down, and like how he's going through all type of death threats for himself, his wife, and his daughter. And I just wanted to know y'all thoughts on that. I know this is like a big, huge topic before, where there was people who were saying it was good to get a jab, keep your job, get a jab, don't lose your job, or whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get other people sick and shit. And now the same motherfuckers is apologizing because people done died from getting that jab. And they made sure that news was not spreading. I just wanted to hear y'all thoughts on that shit. I was like, I knew these motherfuckers was full of shit. That was me personally, but no, I just want what y'all thoughts on that. I was definitely talking my shit.
Me, honestly, not to sound what's the word? Fuck, I don't care how it sounds. Me, honestly, I don't give a fuck about the jab. I feel like it was a lot of people on both sides. So there was a lot of people that was saying, hey, fuck that jab. There wasn't enough research, which is true. There wasn't enough research before they start putting this shit out and da 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 da. And these people, you cannot convince them otherwise. You cannot. Mm-hmm. It's like the Drake and Kendrick shit. You can't convince Kendrick people nothing that Drake, nothing. But and on the other side, you got the people that saying, hey, this shit is good for you. Let's get it so that we all don't get this virus. We could say that, right? Can we?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So we all don't get this virus and just doing what the government told them to do, which is bullshit. But I don't really have an opinion on this topic here. Like, I don't know enough. I'm not in that field. I'm not in the medical field. I don't know if these shots did help people, to a certain extent. I can't say that these shots were the cause of somebody else's death. I don't fucking know. I'm not in that field. So because I'm not in that field, I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Nah, I feel it. Shit. They've been saying it. They've been going back on what they said. It's been a couple years. I don't go by so fast. I don't even really be knowing, but it wasn't too soon after they came out with all that shit and they started mixing up with the different variances and all that shit. They been came out and said, and even from the beginning when they said the whole mask, stopping it from stopping the spread from your mouth certain distance. Then it got shorter. Then the distance got shorter and shorter. And then first they said it was airborne. then they said it was getting stopped. And then they said it's not work. They don't work. The masks don't work.
Right.
Which is obviously y'all keep changing the information.
Misinformation. Nobody knows anything for real. But I get that.
Yeah, I get it too. And like with that, as we were saying, patterns of things getting pushed on people and a product or two, selling in those times. And it was the same thing. It was a business play. I get it if I was those type of people. But they definitely have been coming out and stating that people are dying of unnatural causes due to the mutation inside of the bodies, due to the jabs, and they also, I do believe, not just saying that he was saying he was sorry, but they also were saying like it's not the jabs don't do nothing. They don't stop anything. That was, like I said, I do believe it was like two years ago. But they had already said that, but like you said, they're not gonna come out and push that
supposed to
information.
stop you from like dying from the actual disease.
Yeah,
That's all
but
it
we
did.
all
It
see
didn't
that
stop
it's
you
not.
from catching it, and it didn't stop you from spreading it.
Yeah,
It just stopped you from like dying from it. But most health issues that wasn't healing them other health issues anyway. So that shit was all bullshit to me personally. It was all bullshit to me.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it was, another example of the Tuskegee, experiments. And if people got it, I hope the best for them. I got family members that got it as well, and I hope the best for them. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a commercial. Did you or a family member get the jab 10 years ago? Call this number.
That's
So
a fact.
time to tell. Time would definitely tell.
Time to tell. Yeah.
Yep.
Time to tell.
Yeah, but I don't feel no sympathy for them, man. The dude getting death threats and shit like that. He protected. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him. That's the least. That's the least to worry about. You getting death threats? Nigga, everybody get death threats. It's probably cheerleaders that's getting death threats right now. It's like, come on, man. It's that shit.
You got way too much. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's just a cry for sympathy. Go ahead, bro.
No, yeah. Basically, yeah. You got way too much money to let any of that shit bother you for real. Like,
yeah, like,
you're too far up for everybody to be trying to fucking come up there to stab you or some shit. Like, no. Yeah. You're too far up the mountain.
If anybody do that, it's gonna be the government that's gonna get you.
Right, the government, right.
Ain't no normal person about
somebody
to take
else
him
that's up there to take his ass down.
Yeah,
he's highly protected. He's highly protected.
Of course. He the head guy up there. He's not walking around normal. If we got rappers and shit that's not walking around like that, guarantee he's not walking around like that at all. So yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's entertainment to see somebody up there crying who done did so much damage to the fucking world out there now saying, I'm getting death threats. And
let me ask the question. I'm not sure how much you looked into that, Tom, but why did he apologize? What made him come out and apologize?
Because he enforced the mandatory laws for people to get the jab to keep their jobs. Yes, it varied in other states via mayor, but I know the CDC is located or like one of their main offices are located in New York. So like it was a big thing in New York for some time. There was a deadline that we had to where if you didn't get it, you weren't able to keep your job type shit. Right, I don't know how strict every state was because I don't know what's going on there. New York. But he was definitely on that shit, like forcing people to to do it, or they lose the way they're making their money and shit like that.
Nah, I get that. I'm asking, like, what made them come out now to be like, yo, I'm sorry for X.
I think once he started getting the information of the long-term effects of it, which is
so you think he started feeling guilty?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So you think guilt did it? Okay.
He should have kept his mouth shut. Act like he ain't no shit. Man, I'm sorry, don't change the fact that certain people that they really care to love are gone now. Because you done told motherfuckers that they gotta get it. And this shit wasn't even fully tested. So yeah, niggas gonna be on your neck. They on your neck.
Yeah, he just getting that stand letters. I guarantee he ain't opening up his letters. And I guarantee he done changed his number. He done changed his number.
Fucking Butler opening his letters.
They probably sending them to his family. Like, can you send this to him? But yeah, man. I wouldn't put too much onto that, but I mean, it's interesting for entertainment, but yeah,
that shit not even interesting for like any form of entertainment. That shit is just some straight fucked up shit. Like, I could understand the sensitivity of there being a whole fucking pandemic going on. I can understand that. I don't even believe there was a whole pandemic going on, me personally, but we not even gonna have that conversation. But if that's what the world is believing, if you truly want to serve people and save people, you want to 110% make sure that this is safe. You don't rush some shit because you seeing mad niggas dying, which is bullshit also, because hospitals had to put that if you died of a heart attack during the pandemic, they just put, they had to get the numbers up. There was doctors who were fucking retiring from their job, or nurses just wanted to retire from that shit because yeah, if you died for other reason other than during the pandemic, like certain areas of hospitals, you had to like.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I was trying to figure out what Thomas House is doing, but I
he on point. He on point.
Yeah, I see.
I be trying to be a beacon of truth, but that shit gonna cost us. So he on point.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna cut off. I'm just gonna bleep it like bleep.
No. Yep.
No one wants to know what's going on, man. That's it, man.
Nah, straight up, they know, man. They definitely know.
They know.
Yes, sir.
Shit, well, gentlemen, that's where I was about to go. Yeah.
It looked like we there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This what? I mean, I'm not sure if y'all want to. We ain't talk about too much that we can leave people with, but I mean, we can always leave people with something, before we wrap up and get on out of here. Anything y'all want to leave the people, man?
Go ahead, Thomas. You start off. What you want to leave them?
This is really, dear to my heart. It kind of almost brings tears, man. I need y'all to like, subscribe, and comment.
I'm with you.
Right here. Right there. Right here. If y'all, disagree with anything, please let us know. If you agree, let us know. You got more information that we can talk about, please let us know. The only thing I can say is, continue to go against the status quo, man. Be rebellious in a productive way, and build your own systems, man. That's all I got for the people.
Nah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on the building your own systems. I can't stress it enough. Like, this world is your world. This world is your world. You're creating this shit. You could either let life drag you along, or you could create life and live the life that you want to live. But the systems that we build, or you should build systems, put systems in place for yourself, for your family, so that they don't have to go the traditional route and have the things that just that everybody else has. Everybody wants more. Everybody wants more. We want growth. We want growth for our people. And Yeah, we're gonna grow for our people.
Straight up.
That's all I got.
Believe none of what you see and half of what you hear. No one is going to teach you your truth and your destiny. That is your responsibility and your due diligence in this life you have. So when you try to figure out what you want to do in this life, you seek the knowledge yourself. You don't seek it from no one else. Be in the time of information. Might not figure it out right away, but you could definitely find another step going forward to your truth. And no one can teach you that shit but you. So find yourself. Find you. Don't fall into this regular trap. Get a regular job and just be paying regular bills and paying regular loans for 30 fucking years thinking you're successful because you own a house. It's give and take. You can own a house, but you trapped with a 30-year loan. How about them apples? Like, I mean, educate yourself and just fucking find out your truth.
Straight
and if
up.
she has a bad personality, wear a condom.
Straight up. And surprise y'all, we got, we continue to add things to the podcast to make it better for everyone, including ourselves. We do have something cooking up, a theme song. So, that'll be coming soon, y'all. And then, there on after, we're going to continue to add things on to
it might take a little while because there's a little bit of discrepancy with the lyrics, but we'll fix that.
It's coming. It's coming, y'all. So, be patient with us, and we always going to make sure that we, grow, not just for y'all, but
y'all be here to watch us grow, help us grow.
And make sure y'all are commenting because we check it for every little fucking detail that you guys are saying, man. We interacting, so leave a comment. Let us know how you feel, your thoughts. If you got any ideas or things that you would like to be spoken about, let us know. We'll do our homework and we'll definitely make it happen. You know what I'm saying? If you want to fuck with the gods, holla at the kid of odds.
Yeah. Yes, also, any tips on improving the pod? Anything y'all think we can do better? Let us know. Leave that shit down in the comments.
Leave it right
comments,
right? It's just right there. Just a couple clicks. You already typing something else in. I know you about to go to the next video. Don't go to that next video until you type in the comments something.
Make put sure something you hit that subscribe button right there too. It's right next to it.
Be the first. Be the first person, y'all. But with that being said, man, it's been another great episode, y'all. We on number 11.
Yes, sir.
Now we gotta go to 20.
Yeah, we get there.
Yes, sir.
Next milestone, 50. 25 and 50.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another episode, y'all. Guys in Conversation.
Yup.
Yes, sir.
Yo, good Tom, shit, nigga. You be spitting some shit at the end. You better